What's the most disturbing thing an authority figure ever did to you? The first time I met Dr. Patricia Vance, she was holding my 7-year-old daughter's medical chart and telling me I was an unfit mother. This was 30 minutes after I'd brought Emma to the emergency room with what I thought was strep throat. Emma had been complaining about her throat for 2 days, running a low fever, and refusing to eat much of anything. Standard kid stuff that any parent deals with eventually. But when the triage nurse took Emma's temperature and weight, she made this face and called Dr. Vance over immediately. Dr. Vance spent maybe 3 minutes examining Emma before she set down her clipboard and fixed me with this look that made my stomach drop. "Miss Chen, your daughter is severely underweight for her age and height. She's showing signs of malnutrition and possible neglect. I'm required by law to report this to Child Protective Services." I stared at her, trying to process what she'd just said. Malnutrition? She's been sick for 2 days. She's not eating because her throat hurts. That's why we're here. Dr. Vance pulled out her phone and started typing. "Your daughter weighs 38 pounds at age 7. That puts her in the second percentile for her age group. This level of weight loss doesn't happen overnight from a sore throat." "Weight loss?" I said. "She's always been small. She's built like my sister's family. They're all tiny people. I've seen neglect before, Miss Chen. I know what it looks like." Dr. Vance didn't even look up from her phone. "The caseworker will be here within the hour to conduct an initial assessment." I felt like the world was tilting sideways. Emma was sitting on the examination table in her little hospital gown, looking confused and scared. She'd been my only focus since her father died in a car accident 8 months earlier, and the idea that anyone could think I was neglecting her was incomprehensible. "Can we please just treat her throat infection?" I asked. "I can bring her back for a weight check in a week if you're concerned. I've already called CPS," Dr. Vance said. "It's out of my hands now." What followed was 3 hours of waiting in that sterile emergency room, while Emma's strep test came back positive, and a caseworker named Derek Mills showed up with a clipboard and an attitude. Mills was maybe 25 years old with this officious way of speaking that made every question sound like an accusation. "How many meals per day does Emma typically eat?" he asked, and poised over his forms. "3 meals and snacks. She's just been sick and not eating much." "What did she eat yesterday?" "Some toast in the morning, a few spoonfuls of soup at lunch, and she picked at her dinner." Mills wrote something down and frowned. "And the day before?" "Similar. She's been complaining about her throat hurting when she swallows." "I need to see your refrigerator and pantry contents," Mills said. "I'm scheduling a home visit for tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Dr. Vance discharged Emma with antibiotics for her strep throat and a referral to a pediatric nutritionist. She handed me a pamphlet about failure to thrive and told me that Emma would need weekly weight checks until further notice. The drive home was silent except for Emma asking why the doctor was angry at me. I didn't have an answer that wouldn't scare her more than she already was. That night, I called my sister Rebecca, who lived across the country in Portland. Rebecca had 2 kids of her own and had always been my sounding board for parenting decisions. "They think you're starving Emma?" Rebecca's voice was incredulous. "That's insane. She's always been tiny, just like Josh and Sarah were at that age. Do they not have her previous medical records?" I gave them our pediatrician's information, but Dr. Vance said she was concerned about Emma's current condition. What exactly did this doctor see that made her think neglect? Check the full story down here.